And so we're going to have an opportunity today to identify some of the strengths and needs of our students, to look at some data in regards to grade reporting and attendance that are going to help us identify where those needs are that our students have, so that we can make very informed decisions about what courses we offer, how we schedule those course offerings, and how we staff this school to meet the needs of every single student prepared for college, career, and citizenship.
ACE is predicated on democratic participation and equitable outcomes for all, with both students and faculty having a voice in influencing policies and curriculum, in a joint effort to interrupt negative predictable outcomes. So students must find their voices to advocate for the supports and structures they need to develop intellectual identities.
Oh, they need a portfolio, huh?
School culture is definitely one of the most important ways we address issues of democracy and equity here. And we do that by providing opportunities for students to speak their mind and to use their voice to advocate for themselves and for others. Each of these posters or charts basically have the same question. What scheduling options best meet the intellectual, social, and emotional needs of all students?
One way ACE puts this principle into action is by including students in all staff meetings, where decisions are made in a democratic forum.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to come up and just put a dot in the area where right now that's your thinking for how we organize time and learning in the building to support kids.
In my opinion, because you would have the kids who need extra support, they would have to be boxed together.
Next year, we really have to focus on building a culture of math explanation and math literacy, because, I mean, we saw that when we built the culture of literacy in the language arts classrooms, it was really effective.
They don't question that language arts because I think they understand that, oh, this is part of learning. This is one genre of writing, and this is just part of my learning. Whereas in math, they look very much at, I only want to touch the things that I'm definitely going to use in my future.
As professionals in the building, we work democratically with each other by really holding each other accountable to the work that we're doing. We try to send a consistent message to our students. I'm thinking that during our staff meetings, we use common structures that we use in the classroom with the workshop model and transitions and small group work, making sure that everybody has a voice and can share their voice within those staff meetings, that we hold each voice as equally important as well, which is why we invite students to our staff meetings, so they can see us modeling that behavior.
I think what has engendered a lot of trust with students is that when we listen, we actually act upon what students say. It's not, oh, you know, that's your idea? Okay, that's great, but really we're doing this. The agenda really is coming from the kids. And we've made a lot of changes because of that. 2 of the courses that we have this year changed mid-year because the students were saying, you know what, this isn't working. And because they've been empowered to say, we need to make these changes and here's how we're going to fix it and we're going to be a part of that, they do so.
It's easier for us to work together when we communicate. Like, we understand more and we share ideas and thoughts.
While student voice and action are key components of democratic process, faculty recognize that students need scaffolding to develop their advocacy and leadership skills. Since not all students may initially feel comfortable voicing their opinions in a public forum, ACE has created bulletin boards around the school, where everyone can express their views.
Everyone is expected to engage. And so knowing that everybody has a different comfort level or an entry into those conversations, we use some protocols and structures that support a safe environment to explore ideas. We'll have chalk talks that are on bulletin boards all throughout the school with an essential question. And in a non-threatening way, people within their own time can think through their response to that question and then add in a nonverbal way their thoughts to that conversation. Look around right now at the diversity in this room. I mean, just take a moment and look. I can't begin to know or understand Curtis's experience. Curtis can't begin to know or understand Melanie's experience unless we actually talk with one another and get to know one another as people and as human beings. And so this is going to be an opportunity for you to share what you need as a learner.
To further encourage student voice and support, student-initiated focus groups meet throughout the year, centered on an essential question.
You were a freshman once.
This group of African American students and students of African descent are discussing, if your needs were met, what would your learning look like?
And it says, like, when you know a teacher is really there or really caring or is really trying to help you or push you, then sometimes that helps.
It's very important for us to provide opportunities for students to come together and share their thinking, because we find in those moments where someone very much from the heart or the gut says, this is working for me and this is why, and even more so when they say, this isn't cutting it for me, that we're then able to address what needs to be done in order for it to meet their needs.
But maybe we should have this kind of group for every kind of group, like every race, Hispanics, all this stuff together, and then maybe like sometime a month or something we can all come together, we can all share what we talked about and how we can help each other.
As I was listening to many of the students in the focus group, I felt inadequate. That am I doing everything necessary and everything I am well intended to do to meet the needs of every single kid in this room? It's not enough to say that we've started the conversation. We have to act on the conversation.